afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, September 7, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. The interesting little tidbit is that through the years that we've been having these Global Guided Meditation Calls, no matter how many people are on them, and you add it all up, it's always within the universal numbers, every single time. For almost 7 years, 365 days a year. So the amount of people that are live on the Global Guided Meditation Call, it always adds up to a 3, 6, or 9. Now, if you believe in coincidence, then you can blow it off. But you understand that coincidence doesn't exist. It's only a word that describes things that we don't understand. So I thought that would be, I wanted to put that out there to people so that they understand just how impactful these meditations are for the global population of the planet. We have millions upon millions of people. They can't get to the live calls, so they record them and they play them over and over again across the planet. And I get letters all the time about that and the effects it has. So when I say there are embedded frequencies in these Global Guided Meditation calls, I'm not blowing smoke. Okay? We're in I guess the best way you could kind of put it, it's the grandest classroom that we will ever attend, us gods, which is called your life, our lives. This all-knowing universe serves as the headmaster, continually guiding us through the curriculum of our soul, sprinkling in pop quizzes and life-altering lessons when we least expect them. You will not find a greater school than your life. This universe is always teaching you exactly what you most need to learn about yourself. Nothing is a coincidence or an accident, ever. There are no mistakes, only lessons to learn. Your triggers show precisely where you are not seeing love as the center of who or what you are. Pretty apparent when we observe things. You did not enroll, so to speak, in this earth school just to coast along. Pay your tuition, a.k.a. bills, sit quietly in the back of the class, hoping to slide through unnoticed. You came here to wake up, which means learning how to celebrate every moment of the precious time you have here. Now, this path of celebration is like how you'd feel. You guys remember, I think we all remember. You remember recess? When we were kids, we get a little fidgety and bored, and we started looking at the clock, and as getting close to recess, that bell would ring. Man, we would book out of that classroom. And that's what it's kind of like, how you'd feel at recess time. And remember, here, we will all discover how the infinite source of freedom is still guiding us, ready to help us ace every lesson life throws our way. Quote from Gene Houston, "At the height of laughter, this universe is flung into a kaleidoscope of new possibilities." Now, you've all seen bumper stickers, right? You're driving along, and you kind of look at the bumper of the car in front of you. Sometimes we'll read the bumper stickers. You may see bumper stickers like one out here, out in Colorado in Boulder. They make you think. if you draw your attention to them sometimes. And it said, life is the school and love is the lesson. So, what is the lesson of love really about? You realize that a being can only learn this magnificent lesson of love from accepting one thing. This life is a spiritual mastery school, period. And there is no escaping it. And as we know, we all know this. I really, I don't care if you're asleep or not, but our time here on this planet Earth is very, very, very temporary. We are in this multi-dimensional, multi-learning facility to comprehend how to let go of fear and let in love. We can pass this grade with ease, graduate to the next level of divine perfection, if we do one thing. Make love the very center of our lives. When you stop cramming for a future that hasn't arrived, or revisiting old failed tests from the past, you finally get to ace the present assignment in front of you, passing each moment with flying colors. Then you suddenly forget how you were wrong, how messed up you think you are, and stop trying so hard to fix these wounded aspects of your psyche. When you give everything up, everything, you receive space for love to enter. Then you start using every precious moment of this life to see how deeply, eternally loved you truly are, and how amazing it is to be alive. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Rumi. You may come into one of the best secrets that you'll discover to passing the highest exams, this Love Mastery School, is learning how to have a trusting, open heart at all the time. Your heart remains open to trusting that divine intelligence is like the teacher behind the scenes, directing each act of this grand play. It feels safe to laugh, dance, let love come pouring in like a final bell of freedom. And when we forget this, many have, and close our hearts, many have due to traumas and everything in their lives, it's far more difficult to celebrate this life and remember that this is all a school teaching us how to love. When we can consciously remember the real reason why we're here, we suddenly see how easy it is to learn the most important lesson we're here to learn. Love. How to live in the frequency of love 24 hours a day by making love the center of your life. What would be the first chapter of our soul's textbook? What would it be? Self-acceptance. This means validating, respecting, and appreciating the star student that you are. unveiling this unlimited dimension of love within ourselves is basically the same path as becoming self-realized. You cannot have one without the other. Anyone who says they are self-realized, yet doesn't have warm, squishy, cozy love pouring out of every atom in their body, is simply pretending to be an actor on life's enlightened stage. One is as free as one believes themselves to be. Awakening the great God source within you all begins with the most sincere surrender to feel that everything in this universe is guided by the same source of love that you are, including every negative thought you have. Negativity and darkness are the toughest professors in this cosmic academy. They throw you into exams that push your limits, but they're ultimately prepping you for graduation with honors and love mastery. To pass the ultimate final exam of life. It's about mastering the art of love. The key to answering every important question you'll ever face. That when we cannot see love in all, we cannot see love at all. How many of us? Distorted, distracted, irritated, a lot at ourselves, which then emanates out to others. When we allow love to be the very center of our lives, we are trusting love to guide us through every experience, especially the ones we believe love is not present. We flow with the frequency of love just as we inhale and exhale the healing air we breathe. And as in the Enlightened One, Buddha, the Enlightened One, Siddhartha, in the end, only three things matter. How much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. That's heavy duty. In the end, only three things matter. How much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. When you make love the absolute center of your life, whenever love is given back to you, you welcome the experience freely without feeling that you are desperately lacking in love or anything at all. You naturally live in a perpetual process of keeping your heart open. You're effortlessly trusting life. Effortlessly trusting life. No matter what happens. With just a little willingness to let love be the center of your life, you will begin to feel more relaxed and open immediately. You can trust letting more love to come in. And this willingness to let in love is a huge step for many people. You are trusting in the frequency and vibration of love. And what is that? What is the vibration of love? Do you know? It is 5D consciousness. This means that you are truly committed to living beyond fear. In this freeing paradigm, you realize just how beautiful, childlike, and tremendously innocent you truly are. A quote from Osho, "Trust makes you available to the ultimate. It makes truth available to you. Trust is a window to truth. Yet great courage will be needed." This willingness to let in love, to trust in love, and make love the very reason for everything that you do, this is what makes you stop defending and protecting your ego from pain. When love is the number one priority, you forget to be afraid. Instead, you are extending your energy out to loving others just because it feels good. You take more risks to create intimacy, connect with everyone in this world, because you simply refuse to be afraid of anything. Love always protects, always trusts, always hopes and has faith, always perseveres. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13. The amount of love we can let in is always going to be the clearest reflection of how much we can love ourselves. There is always going to be a more immature, insecure part that desperately wants to be loved. Yet, that part is also connected with the skeptical, doubtful mindset who cannot believe you are the source of love itself. It wants to be loved and wanted by others. So it has every strategy in the book to get that love, rather than to just open the door and allow self-love to simply flood in. Now, a lot of us may have 10,000 or more reasons not to trust in life or love. Yet it feels far worse to protect yourself from trusting in anyone your entire life than to take the risk to let in love. Blocking trust and love is like getting sent to detention. But the very good news is that you're always welcome back onto your honor roll with a little bit of openness and trust. When we stop the flow of trust and love through the heart, our spiritual path becomes stagnant or disconnected. You observe that on this planet every day. This can quickly shift by relaxing deeper into your body, telling the mind to take a risk, to trust and love. Remembering how good it feels, to trust everyone again. With deep relaxation happening in your body, you become more sensitive to what you most need to do and where you most need to go. You will always feel guided by life, knowing which people and situations make life easier and more rewarding. You can navigate those tricky situations that lead to naturally feeling more open, honest, emotionally available, receptive to love, and feeling your soul's direct connection to the God source again. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be. Embrace who you are. Brene Brown. A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking, because her trust is not on the branch, but on its own wings. Always believe in yourself. So I invite you to try a little experiment on yourself this week. Consider that your grand soul's purpose in this life is to trust in every single experience you are having. Trust in every feeling, thought, belief, emotion, intuition, in each situation you're a part of. Trust so fully and deeply that everything inside you relaxes completely. Watch how your mind and ego tend to resist trust at first, yet in time, they slowly dissolve into it. When your trust is absolute in the inner world, it will overflow into everyone in your outer world. Trust in yourself first. What is occurring within you is the right experience you're learning the most from. Making trust bigger than the actual thought, judgment, or life experience is one of the quickest ways to find the God source within you. Right now, tell yourself that it's possible to trust in yourself 100% this week. Imagine you are doing this and embracing the divine being you have always been and that you truly are. The 4 pillars on which consciousness rests are love, compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. Take away one, and the whole house crumbles. Alik alifam. Think of trust as your hall pass to the deeply eternal loving God source. It can open doors you never even knew existed. It's not a tough job if you consider the other possible techniques others are using to try to reach God. So I invite you, I actually challenge you, and I dare you to fully explore this experience of deep trust. Relax fully into it. Let it spread throughout your life. Take on this trusting invitation first thing in the morning. Imagine that it's finally safe to let down your guard today. Walk around with a receptive, trusting heart, welcoming this life with a big smile. Explore the sensations of being open, welcoming, and accepting of all beings, animals, plants, situations, experiences, and material things. Just do it for 24 hours. Let me know in your comments what manifests for you. If every day is an awakening, you will never grow old. You will just keep growing. This is a tremendously delightful discovery for the civilization of the planet. You can begin to feel the vibrational frequencies, if you haven't already, you will, of what this is all about. It's not about anything out there. It's about everything within you. It's always been that way. Yeah, we get distracted in the material physical world a lot. In fact, we dive right in the pool, feet first. And then we spend our lives swimming around in it. And just about everyone that I have communicated with after they left the body all say the same things, pretty much. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was so busy worrying and stressing and fearing about this and this, it was like my life just flashed by. Now, that life is done. It's not a depressing comprehension, it's a discovery. Because all the ones who have left the body are still around. Because we're all one. Some of us are in the body, some of us aren't. Some of us discover a couple of things here and there along this short stay in these bodies. Some of us don't. But are you off path, so to speak? Have you screwed your life up, so to speak? No. You never are off path. You may, through this universe and through your manifestation powers, create things that really challenge you. How many times have you said to yourselves, you might be in a conversation or with yourself or others. And someone will say maybe, or you'll say to yourself, would I do that again? Would I have this life again exactly the way it's played out? And that love that you are comes flooding in, and you realize that it's honed you to the being that you are in that very now moment. And no matter what it's been, it all melts into one thing. And your response is, I wouldn't trade it for all the gold on the planet. Isn't that amazing? Then we discover that we've been learning, we have been experiencing, and that's what we're all about. We're deeply eternal loving beings, and from deep eternal love comes trust, happiness, joy, bliss. You don't have to have something happen to be blissful, because you're always blissful within the God that you are. Or something that's going to go, oh, wow, because you already are. For some, it's foggy with this transition, because we in these bodies have been taught to run from things, right? Or to focus, really, truly focus on only what we don't want. Someone might say they don't want that to happen to them. And it does. I was out with my mother years ago. We were at this kind of I guess you could call it kind of a touristy place. Old German buildings and restaurants and stuff. And we were sitting, waiting to be seated in this one particular, it was called the Cowpath restaurant. Okay? And you would walk in it. It wasn't big. It wasn't a huge place. But you'd walk in, you'd be seated either to the left or to the right. You'd be in these wonderful, comfortable booths. And then you would order things. And some of you probably remember years ago, and they would bring them out by tableside. So you could look at them and how they're displayed and put in place. And while we were sitting, waiting to be seated, my mother was looking at a woman. At first I didn't know what she was looking at. I just was busy watching people. And so I noticed she was looking at this woman, and I looked, and the woman had a cane. And she was just ambling along real slowly. My mother was really intense on watching this woman. And I said, "What are you looking at?" She said, "That woman over there." I said, "Why are you looking at her?" She said, "I'm just watching her, how she's moving around with that cane." And I said, "Okay." She said, "I never want to have a cane." Scared her to death. And she ended up with a cane, then a walker, then an electric cart. You see what I mean? Our power base is absolutely off the charts. This is why so many species do not care to have us discover who and what we are. Good job, hasn't it been? Been a good job that they've been able to do that. But that's ending to a certain extent because of the fact that many of us aren't there yet. And others are. Others have opened the door and are beginning to explore within who and what they are. You'll end up dropping all your masks that you feel society wants you to wear. You watch. They'll just start dropping off. Because as you embrace the love, the God that you are within that body more and more and open up your heart on a continual basis and stay in gratitude, it's going to be like nirvana for you. Now imagine as others begin to do the same thing. Because your vibrational frequency affects everything around you at all times. Period. Can you shut it off? Not really. You can kind of suppress it, so then your vibrational frequencies affect everyone, not in a happy way. Do you trust yourself? Do you deeply and eternally love yourself exactly the way you are in this very moment? This isn't temporary. This is a full-time discovery and a lifelong embrace. Now, I know, you see, at first it's tough for a lot of people because of all the things they're carrying. Revenge for this, get even for that. You know? Anger, greed, manipulation, dishonesty, all of the stuff. And all along, who and what you truly are is pure, deep, eternal love. And everything else emanates from that. Trust, happiness, joy, bliss. You want answers to things? You ask the God within you. You want to pray? Pray to the God within you. There's nothing outside of you that you do that with. Oh, sure, millions, and not billions of people on this planet do it all the time. And in these global guided meditation calls in the quiet time, that's what you're doing. You leave the mind and ego alone by entering the now. You begin to realize that the only thing you will ever have is the now. All of us. All we have is the moment we're in, no matter what that ego mind tries to convince you otherwise. And every one of us, sooner or later, are going to discover that. And the more you embrace it, the more you will be it. Everything. Everything around you. All life. All things. And it's funny because, someone would say, Oh, so I'm supposed to love that rock over there, right? Yes, because it's part of you. All parts of ourselves. Oh, I'm supposed to love that fly flying around my head instead of killing it? See, when you emanate certain vibrational frequencies, you attract other vibrational frequencies. Okay? How do you know that that fly's not trying to give you a message? How do you know that you're walking along on a trail and you stumble on a rock and you almost fall on your face, but you balance yourself up and you don't fall down? How do you know that rock at that time, at that particular trail, was giving you a message to pay more attention to where you're stepping? You don't, do you? Everything on this planet and in this life plays out for you. Everything's a message. Might be small one, little, medium, or real big one. Everything's a message. For myself, I always go back to the golden drop, holding the essence of the golden ocean. I fall into the ocean, I am the ocean. Same with this universe. Universe is me, I'm the universe. Doesn't matter how you view your size. You're an integral part in all things. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is always. And the only difference is that you don't know that. And we're in this kind of massive, expansive spiritual school so that we can discover that with ourselves, each and every one of us. So in the quiet time of this meditation, focus, as you're focused on the breath rising and falling, relaxed into the body, as still as a statue. All you do is focus on the love that you are within that body. That's it. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Be still. Relaxed into the body, focused on the breath rising and falling. Be amazing, because this is what you are. Really sit with the feeling that you are totally amazing. Make extra time to soften and explore this experience. It will help you feel like you can manifest anything. You'll know you're a master at relaxing into this super satisfied, highly high vibe soulful space. When you can easily wait 1,000 years for the actual manifestation to show up, then your desire must materialize for you. When you really love your life as it is, you feel so relaxed about everything in your life. Winning at life happens when the old game of wanting immediately ends. Wanting to be amazing. This was a past dream. It was given for you to feel the imaginary gift of receiving it. The real goodies are magnetized to those who let go of wanting and step into the world of feeling just how amazing they already are. You truly are a magical manifesting miracle. Enjoy the party. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Sunday, September 8, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. All right, what's going on out there? We're in here. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.